Hello, everyone, and welcome to Meet the Buyer Procurement Forum, where we are procuring virtually. I am Dr. Porscha Jackson, Business Development Manager with the City of Houston's Office of Business Opportunity, and thank you for joining this webinar on Citywide Small Business Development Programs. So what we want to highlight some of the small business development programs that are available in Houston to help you through the process of getting your business developed and moving to the next level in the procurement process. So today I'm joined with our guest speakers, Lalitha Raman from school, Carlos Hernandez from BakerRipley, Will Norwood from the City of Houston's Public Works Department OBO division. So I am just going to turn the floor over to them, and we're going to start with Lalitha. Lalitha, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
We are so glad to have you, so I'm going to turn the floor over to you.
Okay, I'm just going to present a few slides about SCORE and so what is SCORE? All we are going to say is SCORE is, like I'm going to say in the next slide, is a national organization of volunteers, and we are partners with the U.S. Small Business Administration. We have 11,000 volunteers nationally, 300 plus chapters. In Houston, we are one of the largest chapter. We have about 150 volunteers. And what do? We help you. If you are going to be starting a business or you want to grow your business, we are there. So our volunteers are all had their own businesses or worked with large corporations, and they have been working and have a lot of knowledge that they can share with you. So what do? Who do you help? We help startups. We have people that are already opening their firms, and then people that are in business for more than a year. So how can we help you? We help you to find a mentor, someone who can work with you as you go along. Wherever you have hit a snag, we can help you with. We have so many workshops that will help you, just like Porscha is doing now. We have lots and lots of workshops, and we have a lot of important information in the library. So how do you get to this? All you have to do is go to houston.score.org. And our information, whatever you tell us, is confidential. We don't go and tell that to anybody else. We don't charge you for anything. And we have many seminars, very few we charge. And we have lots of business tools and templates. We work with a lot with the city and other people too. What do? Our people are trained not only with their past experience, we help them to have a code of ethics, and we teach them how to mentor, what are the legal aspects, financial aspects, marketing aspects. So our mentors are continually updating their skills. And our chapter, like I said, is the largest, and you will be surprised to see what we did in 2019. We had 18,000 individual client services, and we held 220 seminars. And we have beaten this record, believe it or not. I'll show you one very quickly. Our website is houston.score.org. What do? We do workshops, computer learning. We have speakers bureau. If you want us to come and talk to anyone, we are very willing to do. We work with the chambers of commerce. We work with high schools, and then we participate in various city or other events. I just put this slide up, very, very crucial, just to show you when the pandemic started in February up to September, which was the end of our fiscal year, we had more than an increase of 3,000 clients we mentored during that period. We had almost 8,000 mentoring sessions. We help people with getting loans, with getting help on their paycheck protection program. We held almost 131 workshops in this thing, and our workshop attendance skyrocketed because people wanted to know more about how to get financial help during this pandemic, So we've been very, very busy. And all I'm going to talk about is one other thing is very crucial for us. We do a lot of special programs. We work with the city of Houston. We work with the Houston Community College. We work with the Lakewood Church. We work with KBC. So we are there everywhere. But this is a special program. If you have been in business for a while, you can come back, and the SBA has a special program called Emerging Leaders, similar to what the city is doing now. So what do? We choose someone who's already in business. You have to be the decision maker, and you have a revenue of about 250,000, and you've been in business for 3 years and at least have one employee. And all I can tell you is I have been involved in this program for the last 6 years, and we have trained over 300 business leaders. Every one of them presented a growth plan at the end of the program. Many have doubled or tripled their revenues and have expanded their operations, hired more staff. So these are the kind of things that can be done, and we are very happy to help you one-on-one. And what are the SBA resources? They help you in your own business, finding loans for your program, startup businesses, micro loans. And guess what? Disaster loans and assistance has been the biggest thing that we have done for the last 6 months. We have special programs for veterans, and you can contact SBA or us anytime. And all I'm going to say is that is SCORE and what we have done. And anytime, please feel free to call and contact me or Porscha to get in touch with us. Thank you, Porscha.
Thank you, Lalitha, for summing that up very, very quickly.
Because I said, okay, I got a few slides, but what I was going to say was with the city that we have worked in the past was mainly for contracting opportunities, Will and many of the people in the city have helped us. The Office of Business Opportunities, we used to have a mentor there. Now that it's all virtual, we are still doing meeting with people. We are doing one-on-one training, either email or with Zoom. We meet all of them on Zoom, and our offices are not open. SBA is still not allowing anybody to come into the building. But I want to say something, Porscha. Recently, what happened, we have mentors that work with the liftoff competition with the city of Houston. And guess what? Two of our clients that we mentored won. One got a $10,000 one, and I don't know what the other one got, but 2 won. So that was a great thing. Out of 26 people, we got almost 2. That was wonderful, And I just finished working with the HCC on their enterprise program. So that was another thing. So I'm so excited, and I'm so happy that we can work with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And can you go back to that slide that lists all your programs? Because I want everybody to really understand how much SCORE and how much SCORE helps the small business community. And these are all the things that they do. And I know SCORE has won awards in the past among the national SCORE community. And so our Houston office in SCORE is really amazing. They're so passionate and they care so much about the success of small businesses. So yes, we really just want you to understand that there are business development programs at little to no cost available for you to get in there, to develop your business, to develop your skill set so that you can be successful here in Houston. And if you decide to do business abroad or anywhere, you have the resources right here in your own city, in your own backyard, and folks are so willing to help you. So again, Lalitha, thank you. And that is cool that your folks won the $10,000. That's exciting. So
yeah. That was so wonderful. I just found out about last week, and I was so excited. So we're going to put it in our newsletter saying that, hey, this is what's happening, so wonderful. And, I have worked with people in the liftoff program for so many years, and I know some of the winners, and I still get mail from them saying, hey, we are still doing this, So like I say, SCORE is for the life of your business. We help you to pre-start, start, grow, and expand, because I think what we can do is, instead of a small business failing after 2 or 5, before 5 years are over, we want you to be there. I have in my neighborhood, a business that has been in business for 70 years, 70. So just think what you can do if you've been in business for that long. Even Three Brother Bakery, they have been in business for so many years, and they faced such disasters. They got flooded 3 times, but still they have survived. And the best thing is, at this time, when we are facing such hardships, you need to talk to, all businesses have to talk to a mentor. We work with the SBDCs, we work with the other organizations too, but we have the time, the expertise, and the willingness to work with anybody.
Yes, and we appreciate that so much, and especially during this time where we are virtual, you all have not stopped in issuing your programs and your education to small businesses. So well, make sure you stop by that SCORE's virtual booth and really begin to build that relationship with them, talk with them, and get signed up for all of the wonderful educational opportunities they have available. So thank you again, Lalitha, for joining.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so we just want to keep the ball rolling. We have Carlos Hernandez with BakerRipley. Carlos, how are you doing today?
Hello, how are you, Porscha? Thank you so much for having me. I want to welcome all of the attendees. So really exciting time.
Awesome. So I'm going to hand it over to you. So go ahead and take it away.
Thank you so much. Well, thanks again. And I want to actually give SCORE and Lalitha another shout out and the OBO, because my wife and I were 2014 liftoff winners, and we actually had a SCORE mentor. So just want to give a huge shout out to you two as well. So we appreciate all of the hard work that you guys do. All right, I'm going to share my screen here. I have a little presentation for everyone. All right, hopefully everybody can see that. Yes. All right, well, y'all can see it? Okay, good. Well, my name is Carlos Hernandez. I'm a small business coach with BakerRipley and Entrepreneur Connection team. And, BakerRipley is a 100-year-old agency here in Houston. I always say that we are the exception, not the rule when it comes to nonprofits as far as longevity and the sheer size of BakerRipley. We serve over 600,000 people in the region. Our services extend into senior services. We have schools. We have 6 community centers throughout the region, as well as 75 other satellite locations, as well as workforce solutions, immigration services. We really run the whole gamut when it comes to serving the community. Our program is a small business program, which we call Entrepreneur Connection. And our mission is to provide education, resources, and connection to capital to help start or grow a business. And some of the ways that we do that is through our the components of our program. Just a little history of the program. The program's been around since 2015. And mostly serving the Latinx community. And then here recently, we added the Kaufman Fast Track last year so that we can cater to a more English speaking neighbor. So the principal components of our program consist of education. We have the Academy, which consists of the Launch and Grow class. These 2 classes are in Spanish, and I'll expand on those a little bit here in a second. Also, we have the Kaufman Fast Track, the Food Industry Recovery Program, which we created just this year in response to the COVID-19 outbreak. We have one-off workshops throughout the year as well, also events like alumni events, different networking, technical assistance, which is a fancy word for one-on-one coaching. We also have the first Spanish language pitch competition in the city of Houston called Lánzate Houston, which was modeled after the OBO's Liftoff Houston. And last but of course not least, we have a commercial kitchen brand new in our East Aldine Community Center, which is located in the neighborhood of East Aldine in the northeast corner of the city. And this is, and I will expand on these here a little bit more. When we talk about education, the classes that we're referring to in our academy are Launch and Grow. The first one, and these are in Spanish, as I mentioned earlier, and they are 8 weeks. We meet on Saturdays. One of the things that we've been able to do pretty effectively and quickly was to transition to a virtual setup. The team is pretty nimble, and we were able to transfer all of our classes and all of our services completely online so that we can serve the small business community, as we know was hit very, very hard with the COVID-19 outbreak. So back to the classes, we have the launch class, which is anybody who has a business idea or has been in business for less than 6 months. Grow is for any folks that have been in business longer than 6 months. And this is like our little, what we call our mini MBA program. It's really gonna get down to the nuts and bolts, the fundamentals of being what it takes to be a small business owner. Kaufman Fast Track class is what we added in 2019. We actually completed our 4th cohort just a week ago. It is 10 weeks. The Kaufman Foundation is out of Kansas City, and they have this curriculum that we purchased, and we're now offering it to our neighbors here in the city of Houston. It's a very immersive dashboard where we take the entrepreneurs all the way from conception/idea all the way to a completed business plan. And we do have different levels of entrepreneur, small business owner in the Kaufman class. Some folks have been in business for 20 years. I've had people in there for 20 years. I've had people who just don't even have an idea. They just want to know, what does it take to open a business? And we welcome all types. We're really proud of our next portion of the education, which is our food industry recovery program. We actually developed this program in response to the COVID-19 outbreak. You all know that Houston is definitely a food town. We're definitely a foodie town. There are over 12,000 restaurants in the area. So the food businesses got hit really hard. So we created this 4-week program in English and in Spanish. So we actually ran it for 8 weeks, 4 weeks in English and 4 weeks in Spanish, so that we can help these food entrepreneurs pivot in this new normal that we're all living with. And next we have our technical assistance. And as I mentioned before, that is one-on-one coaching. So the way our technical assistance is going to work is you actually have a track where like a path that you will start, and you will touch each coach. Each one of our coaches has a specialty in a different area of business. So we want to make sure our entrepreneurs are getting the full holistic approach as it relates to the one-on-one coaching. And these topics range from, marketing and social media, startup support. We also do industry research, help getting prepared to seek funding. Financial literacy is a big part of that, and of course, a business planning. Anything that we cannot do, we have lots of trusted partners, such as the OBO, such as SCORE, that we work with, HCC. I mean, there's so many people in the ecosystem that are willing to help and able to help and give their time to help our neighbors. So we're very blessed and grateful for all of the partners that we're able to trust with our neighbors. As I mentioned before, Lancet Houston is the first Spanish language pitch competition in the city of Houston. We have two categories, product and service, and they compete for up to $5,000 in cash prizes and in-kind prizes. It is just one of the most inspiring things that we do. We're having our 3rd one this year, and it will be on December the 3rd. You could definitely check it out on Facebook. It will be virtual, but we will be streaming it live on Facebook, on our Facebook page, and I'll share that with you at the end with our contact page. The commercial kitchen is a very unique space in Houston. It's actually in the East Aldine community. So this is a shared kitchen space. One of the big barriers for food entrepreneurs is, having to cook and work out of a commercial kitchen space, and the cost involved, the start cost with all of the equipment, also insurances and licenses and things of that nature. So our commercial kitchen space is a shared kitchen. It's a 2,500 square foot commercial kitchen, and it allows the entrepreneurs to come in, rent the space out, and work together side by side, and not have to incur all of those high startup capital needed for a food business to flourish. So just wanted to share some numbers real quick in terms of some of our achievements from last year in 2019. We had 6 new businesses access to capital. We had 90 graduates from our academy classes. We served 1,038 individuals through our workshops, classes, and technical assistance. We launched 11 new businesses. Helped launch 11 new businesses. We had 781 hours of technical assistance provided by our small business coaches. And since 2015, we've launched 34 new businesses and created 137 new jobs. And that's something that we're very, very proud of. Of course, wanted to mention some of the impact that our program had during the coronavirus. These are some of the numbers that we have that started since we started pivoting in ourselves in March through August. We had over 1,200 attendees to our workshops and classes, which as I said, we moved all virtually. 447 hours of technical assistance, which was done virtually. Excuse me. 30 food industry recovery program graduates for our new food industry program. We helped our entrepreneurs access over $584,000 in capital, and this included helping them navigate the PPP loans and also the EIDL loans. That was very, very important to us to make sure that we were there for them along with great organizations. We're just so blessed here in the city of Houston to have so many committed partners such as SCORE and the SCORE chapter, and as the SBA Houston chapter, and help working with those folks so that we can navigate some of this capital. 136 entrepreneurs helped through our office hours. Office hours, what that basically means is folks that just call in and don't have an appointment or anything like that. They're just looking for general information. 46 enrolled clients into technical assistance, and over $20,000 in direct assistance from the program directly to our entrepreneurs. Here's our contact information. You can reach us through email at opportunity@bakerripley.org. Facebook.com, our Facebook page is probably the fastest way, easiest way to find out about events and different things that we have going on, like workshops. It's facebook.com/entrepreneur connection. And if you want to have some office hour appointments, or you need to speak to someone, you can also do a virtual appointment right through the bit.ly/small appointment, and somebody will reach out to you. So I want to thank you guys very much for your time. And at this time, I will hand the call right over to you, Ms. Porscha.
Thank you so much. And I just really love all of your programs, especially the one for our the food recovery program, because you're definitely right. The food industry has been hit hard, and we love to eat so much here in Houston.
Yes, ma'am.
So, and we do at OBO, we get a lot of folks calling in and saying, the different hardships that they've experienced in the food industry. And so it's good to be able for us to refer them over to BakerRipley so that they can take advantage of the programming that you all have for them, and just the program that you have in general for the business community. And so if you could just stay on, I have a couple questions at the end. I want to bring in Will Norwood with the Houston Public Works Department. And so Will, how are you doing today?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Good, good. We're glad to have you here. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you and just let everybody know about Houston Public Works and whatever you have to share about the small business development programs that you all have available.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to share my screen with everyone. So bear with me. And it should be up now. Awesome.
Yes,
So
we can see it.
Awesome. So thank you again for having us, Houston Public Works, here today. And I am representing Houston Public Works Office of Business Opportunity. So we're just an extension of the OBO office. We just do exclusively work for Houston Public Works. So all those contract opportunities and things that are going on in HPW, we're responsible for the small business initiatives there. So quickly, I'm just going to go over overview of our department and then steps to doing business with us and a few current opportunities that we have. So just a couple of quick facts about Houston Public Works. We are the largest City of Houston civilian department, and actually we're the largest Houston Public Work. Well, we're the largest public works department in the country, based on all the different types of services that we provide to our citizens in the Houston area. So these are some of the quick, fast facts that we have about the operations that we do, the many fire hydrants that we have, the lanes of streets, the street miles, the stormwater inlets. So you can see that we're a big, big department. And I want to take a quick moment just to thank our essential heroes, Houston Public Works employees, and really the City of Houston employees are considered essential to helping to maintain operations for the City of Houston and the residents here, and also the business owners here if you have locations here. So I just want to thank all of them, also all of the other workers around the greater Houston area that are keeping us safe and providing resources for us as we go through this 2020. So we have over 4,000 employees. It's a 24/7 operation for the City of Houston Public Works Department. And we're responsible for the administration, planning, maintenance, construction management, and technical engineering for the City of Houston's infrastructure. And we accomplish this goal of maintaining the infrastructure for the City of Houston through our service lines. So I'm going to walk you through those briefly. Starting off with capital projects, so any of our large multi-million-dollar contracts, our projects and multi-year projects typically are under capital projects. So we're talking about our 5-year CIP, the drainage, roadways, very large-scale projects we have under service line. And then we move on to Houston Water. And so this is the division or the service line that's responsible for drinking water, wastewater, and then also the large project that's going on the northeast side of town, which is our Northeast Water Purification Plant expansion. And so we have a lot of small businesses that are doing tremendous work out there. And there might be some that you can get a chance to interact with today at Meet the Buyer. So we're excited about that. We also have the Houston Permitting Center. And so anything that's dealing with permits, licenses, your planning, your plans being reviewed, all of those things are handled at the Houston Permitting Center. We also have some other departments that are housed there. It's like the police department and administration and regulatory affairs, and they have different licenses and permits that are needed to operate and do different things in the City of Houston. And so they're located on site as well. So it's kind of a one-stop shop to get all the things that you need when it comes to. I know also that OBO refers a lot of people over there too when it comes to certificate of occupancy or other things that are necessary to start and operate a business. So we call this service line TDO, which stands for Transportation and Drainage Operations, and they're responsible for the traffic signs and lights, streets and bridges, maintaining those things in our stormwater. They're also responsible for Houston TransStar. So when you think of just traffic and maintaining those drainage, so when it comes to the hurricanes and flooding, this is that department that really handles and helps with those things and making sure that people can move around the City of Houston effectively and safe. And then we have our customer account services. So this service line is responsible for the meter and the field operations. And so when you're calling about your bill, or if there's any issues with the meter reading, this is who you're calling. And so they're averaged over half of a million calls, actually an average of 600,000 calls a year, and a lot of traveling going to and fro to all the different residents in different areas that need assistance. And so they're constantly operating. And so when we're talking about that 24/7 operations and long nights, they're actually handling those things as well. So my division that I'm responsible for is the Houston Public Works OBO. And so we advocate, promote, and create access to Houston Public Works contract opportunities for our certified firms. And so along with that, we're also assisting the different service lines that I mentioned with their plan reviews for the MWBE participation. We're supporting them when they're looking at trying to identify opportunities for our certified firms. We're assisting with that. And when it comes to closeouts and giving those ratings on the City of Houston projects and Public Works, when we're talking about the participation plans and the rating for if somebody met the goal, exceeded the goal, we're assisting with those things as well. We have a couple of initiatives that we also support for small businesses, and one of them is the Interagency Mentor Protege Program, and we partner with OBO and other government agencies here in the Houston area to do that program. So we're excited to be kicking that off again next year and looking at how we can move that forward in this kind of COVID social distancing time. Also, we have our Small Contractors Rotation Program, which is a 2-year program that's designed to help small businesses and our certified firms like you to do business directly with the city as a prime contractor. And so for our 2.0, which is our second time having this program, so for our 2.0, we have 7 businesses, small businesses that are on a rotating basis bidding on projects amongst each other. There's also some technical assistance and capacity building initiatives that's located within that with access to capital, trying to increase their bonding and their business operations. So it's a really awesome program, and we're excited to have it again. So doing business with HPW, how can you do it? Well, first you want to become a vendor with the City of Houston. And so you'll go to purchasing.houstontx.gov to do that. And then also you want to look at getting certified. And I know that there's a ton of resources on OBO's webpage about certification. They have videos on demand, and then they're doing different workshops virtually. So make sure that you tap into those resources as well. And then you want to respond to RFPs and respond to departments that are reaching out. There's over 4,200 certified firms in the City of Houston's directory. And so to be listed in that, so that when opportunities do come and when those prime contractors are looking for subcontractors on these projects, you want to make sure that you're listed in that as well. And speaking of opportunities, here's 2 that we have coming up. And so in a couple of days, we're going to have a pre-bid meeting, which is going to be Tuesday, December 15th, I'm sorry, for this project, which is a roadway rehab package number 6. And so the bid due date is December 24th. So you want to make sure that if you're able to join the Microsoft Teams pre-bid meeting, make sure that you're connected, make sure that you are listed as attending this, because once those primes start looking at opportunities and they start looking back at who was at this pre-bid meeting, they want to see those small businesses and certified firms that are actually interested in this opportunity. One more is package number 5, and that's the same day. And this pre-bid is at 10 a.m. on December 15th. So these are just 2 of the many opportunities of doing business with Houston Public Works at this time. And I appreciate your interest in doing business with HPW, and I'll stick around for any questions. Back to you, Dr. Jackson.
Thank you so much, Will, for the information you shared about the programs that you have and the opportunities. Can you just explain to everyone the importance of going to the pre-bid workshops?
I cannot stress it enough that it is very important to attend these pre-bid and pre-conference meetings for these opportunities. One, you want to let the city know, and you want to let those prime contractors that are interested in bidding know that you're interested in the project as well. So how much better is it for them to meet you virtually at a pre-bid versus them finding out what the goal is on the project and then going through the certification directory and trying to make phone calls and send emails? You're right there at the pre-bid, interested just like them in the opportunity. So you're looking and you're listening to the scope of work, any questions that might come up. You're showing your interest. You read the RFP or the bid opportunity, the solicitation, and so you know where you can fit. And so from there, you can start to interact with those prime contractors, those interested bidders. You can also see from the list of the attendees for the the pre-bid workshop, you can get a chance to interact with those companies, and they'll know that you attended as well and that you're interested. So it's very important.
Thank you for that. And I just really wanted to make sure that everyone knows that I know sometimes that our small businesses, business owners, they get discouraged because, 2020 has been a difficult year, and we were so used to doing things in person and going to events and to meet people. And Carlos, and you can weigh in on this as well. So what advice do you give to small business owners who are saying, maybe I don't have time to take advantage of these small business development programs? What would you say to them, the importance and why they should get involved in these programs?
That's a great question. Lots of people, and I hate to sound like this, but lots of people say they don't have time, right? But we all have the same amount of hours in a day. We all sleep roughly, for the most part, 6 to 8 hours a day. So what are you doing with your time, those other hours that you're awake? Now you may have a job, you may have children, and certainly sympathetic to that. But like I said, we all have the same amount of time in a day. There's something there that you're just gonna have to cut or make a sacrifice for if it's truly your dream to be a business owner, launch that business, have that food truck, have that boutique, that online store, whatever your dreams and aspirations are, and you're looking to find time to invest into a program like ours or like any other of the great programs that are available to you, and most of the time at no charge because of COVID or very nominal fees, where can you actually cut and invest some time into your dream if it's truly what you want for yourself and for your life? And I think that's the most important thing is, we seem to find time to catch those Netflix specials and those types of things. So, I know that's a little bit of tough love, but hey, the market is tough. And that's just, you gotta be tough in this game,
Yeah, I agree. The city of Houston, and I might just be a little biased, but man, we just have so many resources available for small businesses. I can't speak to all these other cities, but I know that the ecosystem for small businesses here is really massive. And there's pockets of resources that, we're not even aware of. But I tell you, there's so many ways to just get tapped in. There's so many people that are starting businesses now just because of COVID and what's going on, and trying to, take a different path. You have to invest in yourself. And so if you're not investing in yourself or your business, or taking time, out of your day to start that business or invest into growing that business, then you're just falling behind. And you want to leave out of when everything opens back up. You want to be ready to go because you've already been putting in the work during this time. So there's people, not everybody is hanging their head low. There's businesses that are thriving in this pandemic, and you have to find a way to adjust and make sure that you're able to thrive while in the pandemic and then soar when you come out of it. And the way to do that is to invest and tap into the resources that are available throughout the city of Houston. So it's up to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the information you all shared today has been monumental. And so I just want to encourage everyone, you heard some tough, but you needed to know that. But the really good thing about when you have tough love, that means somebody cares. And so that's what I really want you all to also take away is that, like Will said, this Houston has so many resources, and I've been to other cities, and you have to pay high dollar for this quality of program that these organizations and that we're offering here in Houston, and the folks in the other cities are paying that high dollar. And so you have all these programs available that they both shared and that Lalitha shared that are little to no cost. And the investment, is on you. If you want folks to buy your business and to patronize your business, well, they want to know that you care about your business enough to invest in it and make it, great and offer good products and services for them as well. So this is just a taste of what we have here at Meet the Buyer. I want to encourage you to make sure you stop by and see Will, stop by and see Carlos and Lalitha and all the other folks we have here that have business resources and small development programs available to you for your business. So again, thank you, Will, thank you, Carlos, thank you, Lalitha, for joining us today. And folks, make sure you go by their booths and talk to them and build those relationships, because even though we're in a virtual world and some of us may be used to person, hey, you got to go with the flow. So make sure that you are building those relationships at events like this. So again, thank you. And everyone enjoy Meet the Buyer, and yeah, just have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.